Okay, cool.
And it should be going live in a few seconds, but this will give you a view of what we're looking at for the overlay. Now we're just waiting for it to begin.
Yeah, I've got the page up.
Yep, and it looks like the mission file's starting to go, but as you can see, it's blue 4 and I don't even know what to call them. I guess purple 4? Perp 4 or something? With red 4 and green 4. But I guess we'll see what those slots are for specifically. Maybe blue 4 is meant to be a rescue team. It's hard to say. But it's a destroy objective too, so that's a weird one.
Well, you'd imagine the blue 4 being 32 players are going to be the US Air Force guys on the ground.
Right.
Top 4 will be the PAVN Special Forces. The independent will be probably the Royal Lao Army, and the civilians maybe Thai or civilian force individuals who are occupying the site with the Americans. That's my guess.
Yeah, I think you were right. It's the Royal Laotian Army is going to be blue 4, actually. Interesting.
Right, okay, because it's in Laos, yeah, that makes some sense. So the smaller group being IND 4 will be the US Air Force, probably.
They've got green 4 and red 4 spawning in 2 separate spots. They've made a little custom runway right here. Alright, we'll see how they take this.
Is that a custom runway, or is that one that we already had in the map?
It's hard for me to tell, because there might be some deformer stuff done.
Ah. Okay, this isn't Cam Lao Nam then?
This is Cam Lao Nam.
Oh, it is. Well, if you scroll out, is there a... Wait, let's just see where
I know the closest runway is Sandbay Ban.
Ah, yeah.
So I think that's
yeah.
I think that's
this
custom.
Is a new one. Yeah,
yeah.
This is custom.
Nice.
Interesting. It's great to see what people can do with the maps now. They've got the deformer.
Thanks, Will. I just turned off.
Whoever invented that mod is a genius.
It's just an end run around Bulldozer, which is the map application for making them.
Well, we know it well.
Yeah, right. I think this is also the wiretap AO.
Oh yeah, POC Ham.
Yeah.
Which is we've had many a siege there.
Yeah. Fond memories. So I'd imagine this is them taking the time to explain the roles of everything. So we're probably going to be in here for about 5 minutes and then push on through.
Yep. And are we streaming now?
The stream is live, yes.
Yeah, cool. So so that it'd be interesting. I've never even been on the top of that mountain, the northeast one, where they've got the. That's going to be Lima Site 85 today, I guess.
I've been up there, I think, once. It's just a simple radar site with a few support buildings, so
yeah,
it fits.
Yeah, I've looked at it obviously when approving the various areas during the development, but I've never actually set foot on it myself. Such a big map, you never really get to see every part of
right?
it.
Unless you play on it for years.
Well, one of my goals and dreams during the development was to have a survival game mode, where we could actually explore the map and be on foot, and all of that went into the design of the map as well, but we just never got around to realizing it.
What, like a Siri bright light scenario or something?
Oh no, more like like Daisy or something, you know,
Ah, that would be interesting.
or Epoch or something.
Large scale, that.
Always tricky with jungle maps because you know, you've got so much wilderness. You know, you don't get enough loot in different areas, and so you have to sort of think about the design. So we did. We actually designed this map to be very lootable kind of map.
Huh. Interesting. The more you know. I mean, yeah, with the space of villages, going from village to village, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, there's that. Plus, obviously, you can put down, you know, ruins and
Right.
downed aircraft and all sorts of other things.
All of that extra fun stuff.
But before we get really into it, I might go and grab a beer.
Yeah, go for it.
I'll be back in a sec.
So I'm wondering what this dotted line means. I'm wondering if it means green or purple can't cross that, or up 4 and green 4 can't cross it until they complete these two objectives. It's hard to say. Yes, that is Eggbeast, who is the project lead for SOG Prairie Fire. I'm going to be covering this first round with him, and then I have to go for something IRL. And then next week it'll be regular FNF again. Just the timing of everything, you know? Can't cover everything I want to. That's okay. Whew. Don't know why, I'm just incredibly tired today. It's been a long few days, didn't help that. Actually, we didn't stay up that late to play Darktide. We just, I think my body's physically crashing because I've been spending a lot of evenings working on editing and whatnot. That's slowed down a bit, but I'm hoping to pick it back up over the weekend. Really, I wouldn't think. What time is it? Time for you to bitch about FNF balance as usual? Here we go. The Scandi complaint team.
And I'm back.
Welcome back. I've hit the continue button, but it doesn't appear to do anything.
Right.
We're stuck here. With your beer.
Well, being stuck with beer is not really being stuck, is it?
I guess not.
Imagine we're in an elevator somewhere.
Right?
You know, we have plenty of beer. Oh, it's fine then.
No, we're fine then.
Yeah. We can wait for rescue.
Definitely.
I had that conversation with a bunch of people in an elevator in New York City a few weeks ago.
I'd imagine, man.
Probably shouldn't repeat what was said. It was entertaining. I had everybody laughing in the elevator.
Oh, that's great, man. But all right, looks like we were just pushed through on the round, so I'm going to go ahead and start reading. Oh, God, it's the entire background of Lima Site 85. All right, I'm just going to TLDR. Actually, no. Rob, how about you TLDR Battle of Lima Site 85? You're the expert here.
Well, I'm not an expert, but having just read the wiki page on it, basically we're in Laos. The CIA are operating there from their airfield, as you can see. And the Pavan Special Forces decide they're going to assault. Now, why do they want to take this place out? Obviously, it's running supplies and weapons into the Royal Lao Army, who are fighting against the Pathet Lao communists. But also, this radar site up on top of a virtually unscalable mountain, although they proved this to be, incorrect, was directing airstrikes onto Hanoi. You know, it was being used as a beacon for B-52 strikes coming in from Thailand and Guam. was being used as a sort of, as a way station, sort of tracking beacon and all this kind of stuff for bombers going in and out of North Vietnam. So it was a really important site, and the PAVN decided it was time to knock it out. And I guess as part of that would be to target the airstrip, but also to target the radar site on the mountain, which is a formidable target because you have to scale up there, and attack onto a mountain. The guys we're looking at right now are Pathet Lao. You can tell because they've got the Mao caps on and the tan uniforms. A lot of Pathet Lao uniforms are actually quite pale because the dye in them actually washed out and they were almost white coloured.
Interesting.
Yeah, because they were kind of pretty poorly made equipment.
Right. And we have this faction over yonder, but let me start doing.
Yeah, these are your PAVN special forces.
Right.
And they basically
PKPs
took over
here and everything.
They took over the mountain basically. That was their job. And then the U.S. Air Force, so it should be on top of the mountain defending it. And then you've got the Royal Lao Army defending the airstrip with the CIA at the base.
Right, so I think you have the Laotian army down here, and then you've got some of the technicians and staff up here that took the purple slots. I think they're just listed on the bottom as independent players here. So these are your mix of CIA guys and other technicians for the radar site itself.
Yeah, they look like spooks. And techies with the glasses on.
Right. Gotta scan your recon patch right there. But otherwise, looks like there are 3 objectives to destroy, 2 power generators, and then a larger power generator. Looks like, I'm trying to look into the map here. The really large one is up at the radar site here, and then the other 2, there's one down at the airfield, and then there's one on this little miniature radar site up here as well. So if green and red can destroy all 3, they win. If blue 4 are able to hold them, they win. So only one needs to survive for the defenders to still win. But otherwise, it's just a standard destroy objective. Standard 50-minute round, 15-minute save start, 700 meters of view distance, 150 build points for the defenders, 25 more than normal. Otherwise, Op 4, Green 4 get the B-41 for their medium anti-tank. Blue 4 only gets a single shot on the M72 Law. Blue 4 are going to be your Royal Laos Army kits, mix of webbing and some flak jackets. Weaponry for them is going to be M1 Garans and M1 carbines. Got some trench guns in here as well, but this is a pretty open AO. I'd imagine if they're gonna get trench guns, they might be holding the western hilltop over here, so that should be quite interesting. But otherwise, I'd imagine they're probably going to stick with the Garans and the carbines. 1911s as a secondary. Support gunners get the Tommy guns, and then their actual machine gunners get the BRARs, the Browning automatic rifles. Light anti-tanks going to be M72. And crew and aviation, I don't think there are any of them on today, otherwise they'd get MAP 49s. Nothing on their crew served weapons.
In a British accent?
No, I'm not going to give the speech in a British accent, Justy, but thanks for the 9-month resub. Regardless, I think all these assets here are just for show, other than the transport assets, which are going to be 4 transport trucks, M54s, and then 3 Willy Jeeps, from the looks of things. Otherwise, looking at the rest of the player base here, uniform for the Op 4 group is going to be your PAVN, with pith helmets. Loadout's going to be a mix of Type 56 SKS rifles, M49s, which are the French rifles they captured, or an ISH double-barrel shotgun. Looks like they just extended safe start by another 2 minutes. If this drags on, I might have to disappear halfway through the round, Rob, unfortunately, because I have a hard cutoff in about 45 minutes.
Righto.
All right. Otherwise, TT-33 for the secondary. Support gunners get the K-50. Machine gunners get the PK. Light anti-tank's probably going to be 41 with a single round. And then the MAT-49 for crew and aviation. Assets for them, 5 BTR-40 transports. Green 4 are going to be your Lao People's Liberation Army, which we mentioned earlier, which I'm blanking on the name. Rob, can you remind me what Green 4 is again? Pathet Lao. That's it. Thank you. Their only asset is going to be a BTR-40, but otherwise their weaponry is going to be SKSs or M1 Garans. They also have a choice of the ISH double barrel, TT-33 as their secondary, and then their support gunners get the PPSH and their machine gunners get the DP-27. So, you know, some Soviet era stuff here. Light anti-tank is going to be the B-41. Crew and aviation get a PPSH, I'd assume, with stick mags instead of drum mags. And there's the BTR-40 in play right there. Otherwise, that is pretty much it. Again, I don't know what the dotted red line represents. Maybe Malin will drop in on the stream and let us know. But otherwise, it's just going to be up to Blue 4 to hold these 3 positions. And we'll see if the technicians can hold the radar station up here. 4 versus whoever survives. That's going to be messy, but hey, who knows? From an AO standpoint, though, there's definitely some pretty thick ridge lines that Op4 Green 4 could come up on and pretty much lock down the entirety of the landing strip. The only weakness of these ridges appears to be the thick tree cover we have, the jungle bush. That's going to really deny sight lines, but if you come in from the northwest here, taking one of these objectives, it gives you perfect eyes on a majority of the other area as well. But we'll see if Green 4 and Op 4 get together and do a unified push, or if they go off on their own ways. Maybe Green 4 goes for the site itself on the mountain, and maybe Op 4 will then push in from the south itself. So we'll just have to see how things go.
I was just thinking I'd love to watch the defense of this site by a couple of dudes up on that hill,
right?
With a load of looters coming in. You know, it looks like a perfect kind of lootable airstrip, like you'd see in DayZ or something.
Yeah, right. A lot of aircraft. I do appreciate the asset use here, though. The hangars, the stuff on the side. I mean, this does feel like a very good airstrip, and you know, it was literally carved into the ground right here, and you can see it on the terrain deformant here. So I'm a sucker for Arma 3 deformer use, and this is just a really, really nice example. I guess my only criticism is some of these trees on the southeast would be shaved down, so aircraft wouldn't clip them, but
yeah,
it's nice nonetheless.
Yeah, it would need a taxiway as well, really. And these airstrips at these places in Laos, they were generally dirt strips rather than tarmac and concrete.
I think they just did that for the aesthetic of just having that texture down, but I agree with you. But even then, I mean, we're just complaining about... go ahead.
Well, it almost looks like a sort of jungle camp of, of some sort of supervillain. You know, you need a big tunnel at the end of that runway that just goes into the mountain.
Right. You could take the vanilla bunker texture and set scale it up so you can make it look like planes can also fly into that.
Yeah, you could have planes landing here and just flying straight into the mountain.
Right. I mean, you could use Deformer to carve part of the runway out and then cover it with rocks or something to make that underground portion of it.
That would be cool.
It would be cool. Plenty of ideas to give.
And you just need a volcano. but it is really nice to see some of our assets being used in this way, because, you know, we designed a lot of assets for mission and terrain designers, and it's just really great to see them getting put into play.
I was not fin. No, again, I'm always a sucker for seeing this custom stuff made, so we'll just have to see how the rest of it plays out. But I mean, just looking at the grand scale of everything here, though, I'm a little concerned because of how much Blue 4 has on this airfield. Looks like they only have about 3 squads worth of dudes in a command element. So how would they hold this airfield with only that few of a force compared to an opponent with a 15% number advantage that can at least attack from 2 separate sides, because they start in 2 separate spots?
Yeah, how big's the capture zone? That whole blue square?
So it's not capture zones. It's the attackers are trying to demolish 3 objectives. This little thing right here. Yeah, no problem, no problem. So that one, this one, and then a much bigger one up on the site itself up here. Yeah, it's very messy.
Well, in a way, that makes it more defensible, because you haven't got a, you can't just have some guy who's behind a hangar somewhere who's just inside the zone.
Right.
Triggering captures They've actually, it's a bit like search and destroy in Call of Duty.
Right.
They have to get explosives onto a particular location.
I'm just wondering if...
you just camp
go ahead.
those locations. You know, you just mob and camp those locations, and any of the ingress routes, you have outliers with machine guns or sniper rifles.
So, I mean, this one on the hilltop here is good because you can lock things down around it specifically. I'm a little worried about the one all the way down here because what's stopping one dude with AT from potentially finding it and then sniping it with AT from range and destroying the objective? That's my one fear about objectives like that caught in the open, but...
Is that a possibility?
That is, yeah. They can hit him with AT from range. They don't have to run up and drop explosives. They shouldn't be able to mag dump it. There are some objectives they can pick that you can like just snipe at from range and destroy it, but AT sniping would be a possibility here. And it looks like Blue 4, they have a squad set up. They're probably going to climb this ridge and come up on this position right here. So we'll have to see how that goes.
I hope they've got medics because they look like they're going to have a lot of grazed knees going up there.
Yeah, right.
Hiding down.
We'll have to watch. I mean, that's a very steep cliff, so we'll see if this squad manages to hurt itself before it can even get up there.
Well, they look like they're having fun.
Oh, the fun's just about to begin. I think they extended safe start by 2 minutes, so I think it'll be at the 48-minute mark. We'll see things go down, but... All right, well, 5 minutes. Go ahead, sorry.
I see. Well, you know, they've got their M1 Garands, which is good because the Royal Lao Army were famous for having muskets and sort of 19th century rifles. So they're lucky that they got a Garand with 8 rounds semi-auto.
Right, rather than a freaking musket.
Yeah, if you look at photos of these dudes back in the day, a lot of them have weapons that look like they're off a pirate ship. But we decided not to go and make that stuff because we figured no one would ever want to use it.
That's fair. I wonder what they're all pointing out to down here.
But the Bar and Garand they've got there, both 30 or 6, right? So they've got a very... I mean, they stop an elephant with that round. Yeah. And you can hit people 600 to 800 meters with iron sights. I mean, I did it, as I said last week. I was not people. I hit targets. 6 to 800 meters, no problem at all with iron sights with a Garand.
Right.
So you know, Garand or a Bar, they've got lovely iron sights on them. They've got a hell of a punch. You know, that you can hit people at the far end of that runway without blinking. In reality, they would, the guys with the muskets versus the Pathet Lao coming in with the SKS. You know, the SKS, they've got so much more fire that they can put down with it. You know, you can see why they used to rout the Royal Lao Army repeatedly in a lot of battles. If they couldn't get the air support in from the CIA and from the US Air Force, then, they would be in deep trouble because the weapon systems they had, vehicles they had, the equipment they had was so poor.
Some of them appear to be dropping their handguns here, map tools, possibly exchanging equipment.
Yeah, I wouldn't be ditching a 45. That's a great person stopper.
Let's have a look here. So we got one squad ready to go on the southern side. This is appears to be a mix of Scandi Recon and RT Columbia. So I wonder what...
Go Columbia.
Yeah, right? The group we operate with on Sundays that Rob runs. We'll see where they decide to set up over here. That group we were watching, Delta, I guess they'll be part of internal runway security, and then Alpha with command is probably going to run up to the west. And then you got the 4 guys at Lima Site 85. They're just going to chill up here for now, literally just sitting around, waiting for the battle to begin. And then we've got Green 4 set up down here.
That's a sight. That's a sight you see in Vietnam.
Yeah.
Who's just sitting around.
They're getting ready to go, and then Op 4, I'd imagine they're all mounted up and ready. Yep, under these BTR-40s.
They're out here on the plain of jars.
Mm-hmm.
This is your Pavan Special Forces. Now, if there's any way to know they're coming and ambush their convoy, well, you know, a couple of laws and some grenades would be great.
So there's yeah, the two routes that these guys can take. They can either go up to the left here and get with Green 4. Didn't mean to click that out, but following the route right here, they can take a left and get up to where Green 4 is right here, or they can take a right and come around right here where that road goes. But you're seeing Blue 4 starting to move out here. And we're also watching these guys climb the mountains. I just want to see if they accidentally fall. Yeah,
looking at that from the top view there, you've got two roads into the airfield. It's interesting. You could actually use them as choke points, but then of course Pavan might do a classic Pavan and ditch the vehicles or use them cross country and then come in on foot over the ridge.
So it looks like Pavan is going to be linking up with Green 4 here. You got the armed BTR-40 that's part of the Pathlao. Or, I'm going to keep butchering their name, I'm sorry. They're trying to climb up that hill. Convoy's coming and probably going to take a left or just continue on this route. And probably link up with Green 4 and then try to get up on that site up there. Yep, so they're going to go straight, so that means everything's going to form up on this side.
So the PL are coming in on foot to infiltrate by the looks of it and cause a diversion, and then maybe the Op 4 vehicles are going to come steaming into the site, you know, en masse, like the SAS in the long range desert group attacking Sirte airfield or something in Algeria or wherever it was.
So it is quite possible that they're going to follow these the MSR down here and then go on the southern side of the runway and do exactly what you said as Green 4 goes up and attacks the other objective as a distraction. Blue 4, it looks like they've moved an entire squad and have dedicated it to potentially ambushing along this MSR on the eastern side. Unfortunately, with what it looks like Op 4 and Green 4 are going to do, that's going to be ineffective. Now, we do have a BTR coming around on that road. That is the Lao Force. So that might get ambushed as a bit of a distraction or a bit of bait to draw Blue 4's attention away from where the actual forces are going to come from. But that BTR-40 might not get there in time because that's still a bit of a long route to take. And Green 4 is within a few hundred meters of getting to that first objective.
Yeah, how would you do the ambush on the road, do you think?
So if it's just a simple road ambush, I would put 2 fire teams on each side to overlap each other. Try to find a good spot, like right here, for example, just after they come down this hill. Maybe have one guy around here to watch anything coming up, but you could also just have forces, something down close to the road or something with a decent eye to track how many people are coming up the road right here. And then after they get past this hill, the last vehicle comes down, just light them up. Because you got a nice little open area. Literally from all the way back here, you can see where that hill goes down. So somewhere around there would be good. But Blue 4 looks like they might also be bypassing to set up on that road right there as well.
Yeah, I like what you're saying about having overlapping forces on opposite sides. Because if you open up from one side and then they all pull over to the other side, they're going to pull over where you've got your other team. One thing I might do, though, knowing what the gear box is like on these vehicles, is I would hit them when they're climbing a hill rather than when they're coming down a hill.
Right.
Because when they're climbing, they're so slow, it's really hard for them to actually, and then they will panic.
Right.
As soon as you open up on them, they're going to panic because they know they're so slow and they're sitting duck. They're all going to come piling out the back of that vehicle. And of course, that's where your 40 mics and your grenades. And
your machine guns and everything, yep.
Yeah.
So look at this. Op 4 might actually be either dismounting up here or bypassing. Yeah, they're going to dismount right here and reinforce Green 4 on this push.
I'm thinking that this red line is like the first stage of the battle.
Yeah.
And it's a no-go area. You can't go past the red line until the second stage. So it's all about attacking these two targets to begin with. That's what I think.
Right. I know, I agree with you.
So they've kind of sent the Pavan Special Forces off to come in and take over that like you say, the commanding view over the airfield and take out the first objective, warming it with Pavan Special Forces.
Blue 4 just bad fragged themselves, and it looks like knocked 2 of their own guys out. That's really unfortunate.
I hope that's not my guys.
No, it's not, thankfully. Your guys are on the other side of the map. Willow, thanks for giving me a sub. Hope you both keep enjoying the operations, and I hope you get a nice kick out of this round of FNF.
Well, that's though.
Yeah.
Because any of us can do that at any time.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Ever since that G key got invented in Arma 3, any of us can do it. We all forget what we always remember the Arma 2 keys.
So Blue 4 looks like they've spotted this Vic coming up. They've had one guy dismount. Depso is going to be leading. Blue 4, though, that entire squad's starting to fall, and you got Whiplash and another guy watching the route in case they beat the infantry here. But Green 4, they're going to know something's up on that second sector area because of that grenade going off.
Well, on the road down there, I'd say a Claymore and a few frags, and that vehicle's toast.
Yeah.
It's on its own. It's got no Panzer Grenadiers protecting it. It's just a dumb decoy.
So we'll have to see where Blue 4 decides to set up that ambush. At this point, it's probably going to be around the area I looked at. But I agree. I think them climbing this hill would have made for a better ambush because of how slow this Vic has been to climb this route.
Catch it on the bend up here. Just as it's coming up round the corner, because it's going to be blind, and then it's also going to be super slow.
Right.
They're going to engage it any second now with all those Garans. And they've got a bar as well. Yeah, and yeah, that gunner's toast. He can't traverse the weapon. He's got no one protecting his left flank right now.
There it is, yep. Gunner down.
And they'll be aiming at the front wheels next. And unless he takes if he tears off to the right here, he's got a chance of breaking contact.
So Depso dismounted. He's now uphill from them trying to fire back.
Yeah, he's doing a good job as a Panzer Grenadier, but he's on his own. He's a bit limited.
Oh, there goes K-Man. Guess they didn't realize that there's one infantry guy flanking on the left side.
Yeah, and he had a lovely view through the forest there, almost like looking up through the trees where you can see where they. Oh, look at this.
Ooh.
That was unlucky. He had a brass fountain against 2 Garans and they took him out.
Oh. Depso gets his second kill.
I may have to eat my words about the flanking maneuver here. He's actually doing some good work.
So far, it's been 2 kills on each side. You got to remember, though, the attackers have a 15% numbers advantage here. So if people keep trading evenly,
he's just going to be valiant and go and make himself useful elsewhere. I think. At this point.
Possibly just divert, try to get into the sector itself. See if he can sneak in.
The vehicle's lost, so there's no point in continuing
These
mission.
players' pros, it depends. It's community, I would say. Some are certainly better than others.
It's always fun when you're the one guy and you're behind enemy lines.
Yeah.
because you can do a lot of damage to the enemy's morale and their comms and everything if you just run around and pull the trigger every now and again.
Definitely. Looking at Green 4 on the other side here, hearing some distant shots. I think Green 4 is waiting for Op 4 to be in position over here as they move around. Ah, so many memories in this place.
Oh, yeah. Yes, there must be 1,040 mics I've put into that slope.
Yeah, right.
Usually when the enemy are pouring down it towards the camp.
Right.
This is in mission 5 of the campaign, if anyone doesn't know.
For SOG Prairie Fire. Alright, so Depso's laying low. Blue 4 haven't really done a lot of maneuvering up to where he was, so Dep, if he wants to, he can disengage, but now it looks like he's trying to follow with binos to see if he's pulling anyone. And you got Newton right here. He's watching Green 4 come up this hill. He's trying to lean into the tree to camouflage himself.
Yeah, you would, wouldn't you, if you see that many guys going past?
Right.
Discretion's the better part of valor.
Right. All right, Op 4 were spotted first, but they've got this massive attack from 2 different sides coming up.
Question about other players pros. Well, they're not paid, so they're not pros. But they certainly play a lot of PvP.
This is brutal. All these grenades being chucked up. None of them are rolling back down. They're landing right on top of Blue 4 positions.
Yeah, some lot of them going down.
Green 4's already getting on top of this position.
It's a full-on frag assault right there.
We just need one good grenade throw to land right on top of an assaulting force here, and that's all they'll need, but good God.
It's kind of an overwhelming force.
Definitely.
Got a lovely wave tactics going on.
Oh my God. Looks like there's only one Blue 4 guy still up right here. Trying to hide in the damn brush at this point.
Who is it? Do we know?
That would be Pyros. I mean, if he bides his time, he might be able to get an opportunity here to throw some good grenades and get a good chunk of kills. Looks like Blue 4 Command was also just spotted and eliminated. Ran into a member of Green 4 Command. Tripwire flares now going off.
Holy cow. This is actually really reminiscent of the real battle.
Yeah, right. Ah.
In fact, you've got one Blue 4 guy just camping in a bush for days. You know, this sort of thing actually happened in the battle.
I think these guys right here just stepped on a mine.
Whispering into radios to say, "Come and get me," you know, to get exfilled by the helicopters. And meanwhile, they can hear voices all around them looking for them. Same thing happened on another of these similar sites where John Cavagliani actually got the Medal of Honor.
Oh man, they're hiding. This one guy. Meanwhile, Blue 4, they stole the BTR-40 and are moving back.
So have they got to put explosives down or something, or what's going to happen?
Ooh, Blue 4 Command woke up, just got a kill. He's hunting the rest of these guys. They have to blow it up. Oh, and he takes a headshot. Uh-oh.
Go on, he's gonna have to pull the trigger now.
Oh
Come
my!
on,
Oh my
he's
God!
teabagging him. Come on, they can't even see.
He's medicing.
Holy crap!
So there's that getting destroyed.
Talk about pucker factor. Could they not? Because they're in first person.
Dude, yeah.
They're in
Oh
third
my
person, they see
God.
each other. Oh, that was just crazy.
Blue 4 knew he was there too, but he knew he couldn't do anything because if he shoots his gun, everyone else is gonna come to inspect that.
Maybe he could have. Yeah, he'd need to pick up an optical
If he
weapon.
could throw a grenade.
Oh yeah. Yeah, right.
Blue 4
now,
sending a small force to counterattack, and they're doing quite well. Op 4 meanwhile coming around from the other side. Oh, he starts trying to shoot. Oh, Op 4 might. Oh no, Flux heard it.
Oh wow. He
Oh
just
my
ran right in
God.
front of him. He knows someone's there, but he's coming back. Look.
He's retracing his steps.
It's always the human factor with these
That's
things.
amazing.
Will the guy decide, oh, I must have made a mistake, and I'm just going to walk on? Never do that. Never do that. If you have an instinct, you should
Always follow that
trust
instinct.
it.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah. He should literally, like, well, if I was him, I would step back and I would just short frag to the bushes.
That's crazy.
Until the guy gets up and runs, and I would make sure someone was covering as well.
Mm-hmm.
And then, you know, they've got enough numbers, they can handle it.
Ooh, rockets coming in on Blue 4 here.
Are these B40s or something?
B-41s, yeah. That guy just got dropped.
Oh, this is one hell of a fight. Interesting.
Right. Then you got Op 4 charging down the hill right here. Got that massive.
In the open.
Yeah,
This is
they're
oh, this is
popping all this smoke, but there's no Blue
Oh.
4 here to respond. You have still have Depso over here, and you got all this other Blue 4. But look, they're bringing the BTR 40 up. That's interesting.
Yeah, they'll be able to light up the place with a 50, but will they get there
Oh my
in
God.
time?
Oh, one of the Op 4 dudes fell. Oh my God, the terrain scores a kill.
You have to love it. Hey, you're not a mountain goat, dude. You're an infantryman in armor.
You can see all the blood from where you started sliding off, and you just, oh
Yeah.
man. Gotta be
Afraid himself
careful.
on the way down.
Mhm.
They need health and safety barriers at the top of the rock. Right? War is dangerous, dude.
Mhm.
So did they blow up the objective?
Yeah, they got it. It's
Yeah,
not
they did,
it's not
yeah,
there
okay.
anymore. You still got
Right.
Pyros up there.
Yeah, so what's his plan now? He's just AFK.
I don't know. Yeah, just chilling for a second, I guess.
The whole time we've been going, he's Rambo. No,
Yeah.
he's just gone.
He's just AFK. Easy.
He's talking to the insurance broker at the door or something.
Then you have Depso still harassing people up here. Looks like he got another kill and wounded another. He's on 3 kills now officially. So yeah, that one-man harassment. And then Blue 4 down to only like 5 dudes up here as Op 4 is going around the base. But you got some crossfire happening now as they shoot into the backs of Blue 4.
Yeah. It's a bit of a slaughter right now.
Yeah, but that's how it was.
Yeah, well, that's because they had muskets as well. Those muskets are no good. Honestly, when I first saw like the lineup for the Royal Lao Army, I just said to Barden, "No, we're not making."
No, we're not doing that.
He's going, but they have all these like 80, 85, muskets. I'm like, no, we're not making any of that. Because nobody will ever play with them. Imagine doing that in this.
Right.
Single shot and it's like a 10-second reload.
Oh. Oh, man. Got one Blue 4 guy that slid down here and survived. And you've got some harassment of Lima Site 85 personnel that came down. They're trying to pick people off from the ridge.
What weapons do they have? M16s. They're going to run out of ammo if they're not careful, because they don't have any gear, look.
Only the uniforms. So they've only got like a handful of magazines tops. Meanwhile, Depso is still running his one-man war here. Up to 4 kills. Yeah, but either a shotgun just got him.
I think your M16 has a 300 and a 400 meter
trench gun got him.
Rear sight aperture.
Got double tapped.
It's not expected to really work beyond that.
Yeah, so most of Blue 4 has been cleaved here. You still have, I think Pyro's AFK at this point after he did that. I think he was assuming he was going to be dead. I'm looking for...
It's going to be like the guy, you know, the guy from Japan who was on that island in 1974, right? And they had to, like, play all those, you know, broadcasts to tell him to come home, that the Emperor had surrendered and everything. He's still going to be up there in the bush at the end of the mission.
Oh, man. MFL, meanwhile, looks like he bled out because he wasn't able to stabilize himself in time after sliding down here. Op4, it looks like they found the objective here. I don't see any explosives on it just yet. So we'll need to see an explosive specialist come over,
Who's got a satchel? Who's got a satchel?
I got some Op4 about to run into Blue 4 here.
Oh, this is going to get messy.
Wow, he got saved by Big Man, but now you got a machine gun coming around. And he gets taken out as the third guy in line comes up.
Super messy.
There's some double tapping. I just had one dude down here get knocked unconscious. Don't know what that was about. It's too steep for these guys to climb.
Yeah, I mean, you don't even want to try this. This is not default terrain that we made. This is made by the mod. Which means you haven't been through QA. You can't guarantee your safety.
Right. So you've got Diggs here trying to suppress some Green 4 on the other ridge. He's taking fire from below himself on the left. He just got hit.
Diggs is who we call the Terminator.
He just switched seats because he got shot again. And now you got, looks like PAVN forces starting to scale up here and additionals coming around on the western side.
Yeah, super easy to flank those 50 cals. They are scary, but if your driver sits still, they're not that scary. You know, you can flank them. What you need is a driver who's always keeping an eye on where the shots are coming from.
Right.
And keeps reversing and forwarding every 15 degrees here and there, you know, and just changes the angle of the machine gun.
Had some AT launched. It goes over. There's someone unconscious in this Vic here. Might have been the driver getting sniped, but it looks like they've got a little bit of an angle. Wow. Green 4 can snipe the other guy.
Well, Diggs is going to need to get out and make his pay grade here.
Oh, wow, a grenade just came down and knocked out the entirety of Op4 Command.
Wow.
That was great.
I wonder who threw that.
It had to have been Nemesis who came down, so...
Oh, and then he's been knocked out himself.
Looks like they all woke up, though. Nemesis is getting double tapped by Oddball up here. Looks like Blue 4 noticed. They're now trying to come around to find him. He quickly pulls away. Got another Op 4 guy coming around over here.
Fighting on hills in jungle sucks. It's really hard to see where people are. And because of the hills, you get all turned around.
Ooh, that grenade goes off, but Whiplash appears to be okay.
That's the benefit of the jungle. Of course, you can be behind a tree. I don't know if you ever noticed, but no one's ever complained about the grenades in Sog Prairie Fire.
Yeah, right?
And our grenades are kind of double damage compared to like every other grenade in armor. No one's ever complained about them in PvP, in PvE, like nothing. Because they're actually good. You know, they actually do what they're supposed to do. They actually have the right damage radius. Bohemia originally set their radius about 50% of the true radius of real grenades.
Right.
And we always set ours to be like realistic. We did that in Unsung going back 10 years. No one's ever complained. Like,
people like grenades, man.
Well, they work, you know. I've always felt they were really underpowered in armor as a whole.
So I don't know what's delaying Op4 from destroying this one objective here. They just need to get an explosive specialist up there. Blue 4 only has a handful of guys around. And then they have to move up to the remaining site.
It's kind of sad, like looking at how few Blue 4 there are left now.
Right. Well, I'm not surprised, though, because they were so spaced out, but they had to cover all their bases, and Op4 just chose to stick with Green 4 and then push up one direction and completely overwhelm whatever resistance they ran into.
Yeah, I'm not sure about baiting them, seeing the comments.
Right.
I mean, you might if you don't know how many is left, I suppose, but the whole party going on down here, look. One rifle grenade and they're all toast, especially if it's Willie Pete.
Yeah. I just don't think there's any Blue 4 left to be around here at this point. You still have Pyros over here AFK.
What a star.
Still some harassment from all the way up that ridge.
Yeah, it is a good view from up here. I mean, you know, if I was up here, I'd be wasting all my ammo too.
Right.
You know, it's quite a hard shot with an AR-15 from that range.
You see that they are getting some hits there.
I can't believe that binocular reticle's still in the DLC. I made that for Unsung probably like 7 or 8 years ago in Photoshop. And it's really bad, but like, we've never got round to actually replacing it. No one's complained about it, but they probably should.
I'll complain about it for you.
Yeah, get a ticket put in and I'll get one of the artists to make a proper one.
Okay. Do I just find that on Discord, or where do I go to complain?
Go into our Discord and type !bug.
Gotcha.
And it will tell you what to do.
Okay.
But yeah, I made that. Just drew it in Photoshop. It's not right. It needs to be sorted, really. It's a bit of a lazy one.
Are you sure it was premium Photoshop, though, right?
Oh, yeah.
Totally.
Well, you know, it doesn't, because apparently the height of the little lines is supposed to match a person at a certain distance and all that kind of stuff. You know, I didn't do any of that. I just kind of drew it and stuck it in there, and you know, nobody really complained. They cannot pass the red line until objective 1 is complete or something.
Yeah, so they do
Well-
have an explosive on it right here. I'm just waiting to see it get detonated.
If they didn't bring any satchel charges, then more fool them. I'm sure if they look in the back of the BTR 40s they left behind on the road,
Right.
there might actually be some satchels in there.
Well, I know the explosive specialists on all sides, anyone with a triangle in their name would have those explosives to destroy them. So I guess they're just waiting for it to demolish, but...
Yeah, they're all pushing against the red line, but they have not taken out their objective.
Yep.
Does that mean what's that big robot called in RoboCop, that the EB409 or something?
Right.
ED something. If that will that come out now when they cross the line and like, gun them all down?
To reinforce?
Yeah, you've got 20 seconds to comply.
Oh my god.
They step over the line, that the smoke demon from Lost will get them or something.
All right, there's that objective done. So now they can cross the red line,
Okay,
allegedly.
okay. Damn.
All right, now you got the forces on all sides coming in. You got an MSR coming up here. And there's only 4 defenders on site. You've got Jerry in the back still kicking. And then, oh, Pyros woke back up.
He's like a rogue agent right now, isn't he? Like, what's
He was
gonna do?
activated when the explosives went off.
Yeah.
Lima Site
Justy
85
Boy,
on the jack.
Yeah, ED209. Yeah, that's it. So female VC we can't do, because if we did, they'd be 6 foot tall and speaking in a male voice.
Some people are into that, though.
Yeah, but nobody really wants a girlfriend who's 6 foot tall and speaks in a male voice, do they? Really? Really?
I plead the 5th.
Okay. He says, edging away from him in the bunker here. I mean, each to their own and everything, but it's not my preference.
I getcha. You should run a poll on Discord, make it an official event, and see where the results go. Leave the decision to the people and see what happens.
So we did put female combatants in Arma 2 in the Range Master mod.
Right.
And von Nudenberg, who was one of our long-time unsung developers, took all the Afghan women and turned them into like jeans-wearing, hijab-wearing, PK-toting motherfuckers. They were awesome. and we used to love having them on our side as like infor. We would go up against ISIS, and it would just be awesome having the women running in there, just gunning down ISIS and stuff. It's fantastic.
Nice.
We had a blast. So I'm all for it, but that was in Arma 2, and it was possible. But all the of course, all the voice scripts and everything that were running back then, you know, the women had male voices.
Right.
And that's still the case today. You know, if you try and women into Arma now, they generally have like typically male faces and male voices, and they're 6 foot tall, but they have breasts.
But they have breasts.
It's like your average New York party, I suppose, but it's not it's not the sort of thing that you kind of is going to look that good. It's not going to, you know, paid DLC, no.
Right. So we just had 3 dudes drive up in a stolen Vic. And it appears they're all dead now.
Yeah, some good M16 full auto spray.
3 down, like 30 to go here, as even more are starting to come up.
Well, it's a bottleneck. If you just bottleneck people and avoid grenades.
Alright, so we have another wave of 3, and then immediately to its right, another wave of 3. You're just going to slowly see things come up here. My chat's saying it was funny. You got to give them that.
They're going to just, I mean, what they really need to do here is just surround them. And they can and then say initiate, you know, and then everybody like light up the roof and throw frags and have an assault squad pour in one of the doors, you know, pumping in grenades and stuff first. Then you take it real quick. It's not an easy building to assault because it has closed doors on the outside. So as soon as someone opens that door, you kind of know they're coming. Did I just see a door open behind that guy on the right there? So is somebody in that shed or not? No.
I think the remaining two are in this building here. You got one that's decided to flank around. Yeah, so it's Malin that was killed off on the rooftop.
He's not looking up. He's so busy focused down his sights.
Got some grenades that went off over here as well. Wheaton just got taken out up here.
Yeah. Look, it's like sitting in the corner here. A 30-round mag though. Oh my god.
Oh no! He's toast, that grenade. Oh. Oh man. Oh. And that guy was just taken out. And I think this is GG. They're just going to put an explosive right here and win because Blue 4 are ways away. But, Rob, I got to wrap it up here. I got to run, man. But overall, I think that was a great round. Thanks for co-commentating with me, man. I will see you Sunday, hopefully.
Yeah, see you Sunday.
All right.
Until next time.
Chat, thank you so much for watching.
Thanks, everyone out
there.
Go
operate operationally. Enjoy the rest of your day or night. Cheers, and have a good one.